Hey. Time for another out of this world story from our space. My wife, 33 female, has been cheating on me, 34 male, with my best friend, 33 male, when he stays with us on some weekends, and she has no idea I know. Original post. Background. We only have sex at max twice a month since we have been married for over 10 years. We met in college and both had limited experience with sex before getting married. Christian school. Sex life is very vanilla and didn't frequent our entire marriage. My best friend started coming regularly during COVID on weekends to stay over from out of town, and I guess at some point they started having sex. During quarantine weekends after putting the kids to bed, we would all three stay up drinking and hanging out. We spent several of those weekends talking about my buddy's love life. Inevitably, the later it got, the conversation would turn to his sex life. He has always been a horn dog that is very good looking and would share stories with my wife of things he did with women. He would talk about how he never hooked up with a girl that didn't try to get back with him. He would go on and on about it some nights. I wonder if that eventually made my wife so curious she wanted to try him. I really don't know how it started. I sleep in my office in a special bed for my sleep apnea, and once the medication I take kicks in, I'm usually out of it. My office is upstairs, tucked away from all the bedrooms in the house. The kids' room, the guest bedroom where my friend would stay, and her master are all downstairs. The night I found out, I did something I never do, and fell asleep without my meds or CPAP on. I woke up in the middle of the night, gasping for air, and went downstairs to the kitchen for some water. While I was there, I went to check on my kids, then walked down the hall to our master to check on my wife, but she wasn't there. I then heard low, muffled moaning coming from the BS bedroom, or my friend was staying the weekend. When I put my ear to the door to listen, I could tell it was my wife moaning, and it felt like a gunshot to my heart. I listened to them having sex for a while, and eventually went back to my office in shock. I'm too afraid to confront either of them for fear of her leaving me. We have kids, and I love her. I don't want to break up my family. This happened back in February, and I've heard them having sex several times since then. I kept hoping maybe it would just pass and they got it out of their system. Truth be told, the longer I sat with it, I was becoming okay with the idea that she was getting a chance to enjoy sex because I never had that much of a sex life. She still treats me well, and we have a really good relationship outside of the bedroom. I'm not the type of guy that thought I would ever even be considering letting her get away with something like this, but I'm having a hard time with the idea of confronting them. I don't want her to leave me out of embarrassment of being caught, or the fact that I knew about it and did nothing. In the past few months, I've searched her phone, and she has sent him lots of lewd pictures and videos. Unfortunately, they must be using a messenger app that she clears the text from because I don't get any of their conversation, but the media saves to a folder. If I could, I would really like to know what the relationship is like they're having and how she feels. I know I should leave and confront, but I'm so much in my feelings on this. Since I found out our sex hasn't changed, maybe better, but I feel like she is in a much better mood all the time when we are together. She's a wonderful mother to our kids and makes me happy most of the time when I'm with her. I don't know what to expect from writing this, but I needed to get it out. Thanks for reading. Update. Thank you for all the replies. I think I've come to terms with the fact that he's screwing my wife for many reasons. Something I didn't think I'd ever be okay with, but I am. I can keep my family together and keep my best friend. 2. She seems much more compatible with him sexually. 3. It takes pressure off of me to fulfill her sexually, something I haven't been able to do, and now I can enjoy my happy marriage without her worrying about that. She seems happier now she is getting good sex, and it has made my life less stressful because she's in a much better place. 5. The truth is, I find it very erotic and arousing listening to. If she gets tired of him, I'm open to others. Also, to address the fear that some have that she will leave me for him is not going to happen. She gets along with me much better, and I'm the father of her children. I have a great job and bring a lot of good qualities to our marriage that she wouldn't get with him. He's fun but not responsible, and I also don't think he want to replace me in my other roles. I think we'll try the suggestion of Mew 1982. Hey, if you are into it, maybe explore it. Nothing to lose really at this point. One night when y'all are drinking, just casually bring up like, hey, maybe you could give us some pointers, then try to lead it into a sort of three-way where you watch him practice some moves with her, maybe even clothed, and just let it progress. It may change your sex life forever for the better. I can see this going well. I may alter it a bit, and then give him my blessings to screw her. I'm also considering talking to him one-on-one before. If this goes poorly, and she wants to leave me for him, then at least I said what I wanted to say. Once again, thanks for everyone and for their feedback. I realize not everyone will agree with this decision, and if anyone wants to add to this, I value your comments and my DM is open. Edit. To those that say this isn't real, it is. I can say why some of y'all could say it's not, because I left some details out. I'll admit I've enjoyed listening to them screw, and it has aroused me. I think that's the main reason I haven't confronted them. I'm so sex-starved, even this is better than our sex life before. I'm always ashamed after I get off, or even the fact that it can turn me on. I'm just fighting with how I feel. I don't see myself as a cuck, but I can see how it looks that way. All right, let's check in on some reactions. First up, we have no nonsense. Why would you want to live like this? Confront them both and definitely toss him out. He's no friend. Get yourself into therapy as your current mindset is not normal. Candy Cane 1001 chimes in. Yes, no matter what ends up happening, get therapy. AD Football Heads. Begin planning for divorce. Do it covertly. Do not tell your wife you know anything. Why? You need to start gathering and cataloging evidence. Open a separate account at a different bank or credit union in your name only. Get all of your other paperwork ready. Make copies and scan saved documents for your lawyer. Figure out custody and placement of kids. If you end up having to move out, have a place ready to go. Rent a storage unit for your items that might need to be moved out temporarily, or put them in the care of friends and relatives. Remember, she declared war on you by sleeping with this guy. Use the principles from The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Read it if you haven't yet. All warfare is deception. If you upset the routine, she'll know what's going on, and you won't be able to prepare for victory. Last one from Tripods92. Oh my god, so you got messed up and manipulated to be a doormat. This is not going to end well, OP. I wish you wake up and see this crap hole you're going into. Alright, get that out of her system, on to the next story. Uncertain whether I should dump my cheating girlfriend or give her a chance. With update. Hey everyone, I'm interested in hearing some opinions. My partner of a few years and I broke up recently. We had plans of getting married and I was set to propose. Here's what happened. She had a guy friend who had clear interest in her. I asked her to distance herself from him when she came to me to say that she had been entertaining his text advances and felt guilty. I gave her a chance under this condition. We were in a long-distance relationship and would see each other once a month for about a week at a time. She went along with it until he wormed his way back. The unfortunate part is that he was not just friends with her, but her entire family. He knew of me and had been trying to set me up by using fake female profiles to see if I'd text back, so he could use this as ammunition to break us up. It never worked because I wouldn't engage. I only found this out post-breakup. She kept this from me. His family is very well off, and so he would do all sorts of gifting and favors for her family and her. Fast forward a few months, he makes a move on her, kisses her, and she kisses back. It was a single kiss, and thereafter she felt guilty and informed him that she loves me and made a mistake. He reveals that they've been in contact the whole time to me very shortly after, not to do me a favor, because he's just a scumbag. He hoped that by getting me out of the picture, she'd be his. That's not what happened. She's been desperately trying to win me back, but the truth is that she didn't confess to me in those weeks since it happened, lied to me about it, and continuing the friendship with him, as well as made me feel like I was being insecure when I'd suspect she was still in communication with him. She absolutely made some questionable character choices. Since then, I've gotten as much information from her about stuff. I actually didn't know they had kissed. She confessed that part to me. Up until then, she says she has been towing with a line and got carried away by the constant attention from him. My question is this. Do I cut my losses, or do I give this person the opportunity to prove herself? I'm too emotionally invested to be objective about this, and I constantly battle between the two options since I ended the relationship. Apart from this, she had quite a bit of traits that I liked and was extremely proactive in the relationship for the most part. But she cheated in this way, and I'm having a hard time deciding whether this is someone who immaturely made a bad series of decisions or if she lacks loyalty and integrity. Update. I'd like to thank everyone who replied. It gives me a lot to think about. I feel like I came on here desperately looking for some loophole to allow myself to give her another chance. But I thought about how much agony I'm in right now, and that should never be how one feels about love or a relationship. So I decided I'm going to stick with the breakup and take time away completely from her to heal and move on. Thanks again, everyone. So the decision has been made, but let's see what the advice was. Jambomo says, 1. I think online impersonation of you is a crime in most countries, so I'd look at speaking to a lawyer or police about that, as you don't know he isn't still doing it or stopping at dating profiles. Prosecute him if you can. 2. I would end it and move on. Her behavior is very untrustworthy. She's created and lied even whilst pretending to reconcile with you. She's trying to keep you both on the hook, and that's a sign of poor character. Not questionable choices, but an all-out low-character person. I doubt she'll even be a safe or trustworthy partner. 3. You can only worm his way into someone's life if they are willing to receive him. He's a scumbag, but it's 50-50 on the who enabled this affair and carried it out. Take off the blinders and see what person she is. DOP responds, I get what you're saying, and that's how I feel to a great degree. My mind is debating with my feelings, and that's been the issue. My problem with all this is that she knew he was into her this whole time. Had it been a case of true ignorance and this guy kissed her totally off guard, I'd have forgiven and given her a chance. But that wasn't the case, from her admission. It sucks because she was incredibly transparent and loyal until she wasn't. And this guy wasn't even in the picture when we started dating. I'm not a conceited person, but this guy had nothing on me. We have zero similarities, and neither does he with any of her exes. I really don't get it. Kranak has our closing thoughts. The situation you are in now is nearly the same situation you were in before. Before he decided to stay with her under the condition that she distances herself from him. Afterwards, he didn't worm his way back to her. She let him get back to her. If she wouldn't have wanted this, she could have cut him out. If she had no other choice, which I doubt, that she could have told you. But she didn't. She did what you agreed on not to do, and kept on entertaining him until they kissed. Now you are in the same situation again, and once again you are asking yourself if you should give this another go. By this time, you have the experience from your last try, and you know what she did then. In my opinion, she had her chance and chose not to take it. The contact to the guy was more important to her. I know that it sucks to feel that this guy gets what he wants, but ask yourself, what is it that he actually did, and what is it that he actually gets? He did nothing. Your girlfriend made all the decisions that led to the situation you are in now. She made a decision to stay in contact with him, to kiss him, and to lie to you about it. That is all on her and not him. So what does he get? A girl that doesn't know the meaning of the words loyalty, respect, or trust. What is it that you would lose? The sleepless nights where you are wondering if she really sticks to her word this time? The stress of knowing that this guy will continue to approach her and knowing that she likes that? What is the reason that you think about giving her another shot if you keep your love for her out of the reasoning? A relationship and marriage is not only about love. Trust, loyalty, and respect are things that are essential as well. She made her decision. Now you need to make yours. Edit. So on one of your replies, how you mentioned that she was so incredibly loyal before all this. Being loyal is easy if it never gets tested, or you have to make a decision. Now that she had to prove her loyalty, she showed you how loyal she actually is. 0.